Okay, welcome everyone. Today I'm just going to chat with you guys for maybe 20 minutes or so, just reviewing what's on the Aroma Freedom website and some of the different options for people to get trained in this process. As most of you, of course, know, the original book came out in 2016, and so the first thing that I want to ask is how many of you have actually read the book? This is something that people skip over sometimes because, I mean, some people they don't want to learn by reading. They'd rather learn by watching or listening, which is fine. But this is the foundation. It does provide the foundation for what we do. And even though it's 6 years old, it is absolutely relevant. It is, I just put on here what's in the original book, which again, it was written quickly and it was kind of the original download of this. So in the first 5 chapters, we go through the power of scent, explaining what it is, how it works, a little bit about essential oils, what they are. The concept of emotional balance is really important, and it really lays the foundation for everything else we do, helps us to understand why we get out of balance and why we are in need of these processes to come back in balance. A little bit about memory and the nature of regular memory and of traumatic memory and so on. And then the memory resolution technique, TMRT. There's a little script in here that you can actually just literally read to yourself or read to someone to walk through processing of a memory. So, and then the whole second part of the book is really just the 12 steps. Just each step goes into the depths of it, of why we use each step. So this is kind of the foundational resource for the 12-step Aroma Freedom process. So I would say if you haven't read the book, start here. You can get it right on the Aroma Freedom website, either as the soft cover book, or I should have an ebook version available as well. So, so that's the first thing. Now this, okay, well, do this way. So you could think of this as kind of a step ladder, or a set of stairs. So since 2016, I didn't know there would be anything more than a book, but obviously there's a lot more than a book, and a lot of the ways that we learn are online and in groups and through courses and certifications and so on. So you could think of it as a step, and not everyone goes up this in this exact order, but basically from the most beginner to the most advanced, reading a book or watching a demo is going to be the most basic. And participating in a group session is a wonderful way to learn the concepts as well as experience the process yourself. Receiving an individual session is obviously a wonderful way to learn it, but more importantly, you're not really learning it academically when you receive a session. You're learning it internally and viscerally by actually processing some memories yourself, leading yourself through a session. And this could happen earlier. You could actually lead yourself through a session right from watching the book, or you could lead yourself through a session. I have a little course that I'm going to show you, which actually guides you on how to do AFT on yourself. Super valuable, super important to be able to do AFT on yourself, because then you can really grow by leaps and bounds, and you still really benefit from having others help you even after many years of doing it. But once you can clear things on your own, and let me know, you guys in the chat, those of you who can do this, how helpful is it to be able to lead yourself through these processes? So this is kind of like the first part of it. Yeah, it's easy, amazing. And the second part is really getting into more the practitioner training. So you can lead someone else through a session, and you don't have to be certified to do that. But if you want to be if you want to do it professionally, if you want to charge for it or integrate it into a practice where you charge, you do have to be certified. But leading someone else through a session is an amazing process, because you get to see the light come on in their eyes, and it just gives you that rewarding feeling. But your journey doesn't stop there. Refining and mastering your skills and the techniques, and this takes years as well. Even though it's a simple technique, I like to say, the technique is simple, but people are complicated. So both we're complicated, which means that we bring a lot of complication to it, and people we're working with are complicated. And so sometimes we need to kind of know how to see through the different things that they are saying that could kind of be distractions to get to really the core of it. And as you see me working with Stan, you see I'm kind of like dodging and moving around a little bit to kind of keep finding the heart of where we need to go. And then finally, teaching someone else the techniques. This is something you can do as a certified practitioner. You can't certify others, but you can teach them. You can have a class where you're teaching people the reset, you're teaching people the boost or AFT. And that is really, again, all about helping people be independent, helping people learn how to stand on their own 2 feet. So you can kind of see this progression. Does this make sense, you guys? Now, this will make a little less sense probably when I put it right here, but I'm just going to go through several of the ways that you can learn in a also a visual format. You know, if you get the Aroma Freedom book, you're going to be learning the concepts, and you can lead yourself through a session right from there. The training vault, which we'll talk about, and also individual videos or mini courses help lead you through sessions. You're participating in group sessions. Connecting with a certified practitioner is a wonderful way to receive individual work, or sometimes some practitioners do group work. So you can learn that way. Then becoming certified, of course, really is all of them. And especially the later ones, the certified practitioners are really growing in this way. And then learning doesn't stop with certification, but the continuing education process, of course, continues with mastering the skills and techniques and so on. So it's just another way of showing these. So I'm going to, you guys have all seen this diagram of, we have 6 different techniques. So there are a lot of things to learn. And I will just show you where it is on the website. So on the website, and like I said, I apologize in advance that this isn't as easy to use as it could be. But when you get here, usually what you're going to, first thing you'll see on the website, aromafreedom.com, is the newest things coming up. And I actually do just send an email out today. I'm going to do a New Year's Day event because there is a special energy to New Year's that really doesn't exist any other day of the year. You know, there's an excitement and a motivation to want to really make the new year a new year. And there's something kind of primal about being able to wipe the slate clean and start fresh. And of course, that doesn't just happen just because the calendar turns. You know, people make resolutions, and more often than not, nothing much comes of them. But what can we do to capitalize on this energy of wanting to do that? So I'm doing something, just kind of an inspiration that came today. It's called Manifest One Thing in 2023. And we're just going to focus on one thing that you really want to manifest in the whole year. You know, if you could only manifest one thing in the whole year, what would that be? Well, we're going to take some time to find out, because it might be obvious to you, it might not be obvious. So we're actually going to take a few hours. I'm going to lead some meditations, going to share with you actually some other types of meditations that I've learned and processes to help get you into that place where you can see what that is. And then I'm really going to just be reading the energy of the group, and also drawing on all of your resources as well. Everyone who's participating is going to have an input in this. And as we go through, so we'll be just clearing out that vision. You know, we'll be using most or maybe even all of the techniques over the course of several hours to really do a thorough job of clearing that intention, getting a game plan for realizing that manifestation, talking more about the concept of manifestation, which is slightly different than goal setting and goal achieving. There's an additional aspect to manifesting that I've talked about in the past, and I just, again, it kind of came through today. So we'll talk more about that. So that is this Sunday. There's no one time that works best for everybody, but 5 to 8 Eastern time. And that 3 hours-ish, you know, could be 2 or 3, somewhere in there. It really depends on you know, how we get rolling. $85, and you can register right on the website. So that's the Manifest One Thing in 2023 that we're doing. If you can't make it, absolutely, you are going to get the replay. I mean, you won't energetically be involved in the class, but you know, you can still follow through whenever you can. Also, at the what I have on the front page of the website is actually the kind of the new format for certification that we're going to have kind of starting in 2023. I put it up here, but I'm going to be fleshing it out more in 2023. I broke certification into 2 levels so that, and this is a little different than I've been doing recently. The way I've been doing it has been wonderful. We're leading people gently, starting with the simple techniques, the reset and the boost, and working their way into AFT and so on. I'm experimenting with going back to the basics, and in initial certification, level 1 certification, focusing really just on the first two main techniques that were developed, AFT and memory resolution. Because what happened is that there were sometimes people who they would learn the simple techniques, but then people would need more, and they would feel like they can't really do more until they learn the later techniques. So I'm actually teaching the more, how do I say, complete techniques first in this first level, and to give people a chance to be certified in that, start charging for that, and then when they want to enhance their skills, they learn the other 4 techniques and so on. And this also follows the format of the new book, which I know I've been talking about the new book for months now. It's, I'm on my final bits of it, but this has been a very intense last several weeks, and we still have another week or 2 to go of intense travel and family stuff. So in the new year, it's going to be a new year for me, because we're going to be in a space where I can really clean this stuff up for you guys, and have a lot more things to bring you and get the book out and everything. So the 2 levels certification is here. I actually still do have the classic certification available as well, which I'll explain in a little bit. So, okay. So if you wanted to work directly with me, you could click on work with Dr. Purkis. You'll see you could have sessions with me directly, single sessions or series of sessions. And all the information is in there as well. So the bookstore, you can get the book, the reset booklets. There's a starter bundle, which is several things bundled together, and the quick reference cards, which is really what most people are using now to learn from. I'll just show them to you if you haven't seen them yet. These are laminated reference cards of all the techniques, and you can either get them as hard laminated, and I got the thickest laminate I could, so they would literally last for years. People love them. You can also get them as a digital download as well. So, and it has all the techniques in there. Let's see, essential oils. This is really not for you guys. This is for a brand new client who doesn't have the oils and needs them to be able to do sessions. They would click on this. And the training over here, practitioner certification, this takes you to a page with a lot, goes into much greater detail about how the certification has been structured. Right now, we're just doing self-paced until the new year comes, and then we might do something live again. Just goes into all the details. I'm not going to go through all that right now, but so this is another option for certification. But what I want to draw to your attention to was the training vault, and I actually have redone the training vault to include some more stuff and to structure it a little bit better. So when you go to the page about the training vault, what you're going to see is, say, my most recent thing. This one's Aroma Freedom and the New Science of Procrastination. And it also includes all the other stuff within it. So I want to draw new people's attention to that you can get this 5-part video series. Uplifting Yourself with Aroma Freedom is a 3-video series that teaches you how to do sessions on yourself, and then 2 more on how to do the reset and the boost on yourself. And then it has some other of the classic techniques, the MRT, Doomsday, which is now the Aroma Wisdom, so you have to change that. Some other things on finding inner guidance, crushing your cravings. So we're getting into some of the specific uses for Aroma Freedom. There's one on growing your young living business. We go into the neuroscience of Aroma Freedom, children, gratitude. So I don't mean to be speaking so quickly, but I want you guys to take your time and just kind of walk yourself through and just see. So basically, the purpose of the vault is it's $9 to join and $29 a month. And you just go through at your own pace. And by just consuming over the course of a month or 2, or however long it takes you, you can get so much value and so much benefit and so much personal transformation and healing just by being in the vault, that I think it's an overlooked resource. I just wanted to really point that out to you. The continuing education for practitioners, this is for practitioners only, really. And this is a vault which has dozens of videos over the last few years. Every time I introduce a new technique or a new subtlety to the training, I put it in the continuing education for practitioners program area. And that's $39 a month or $339 a year. There's a course creation workshop in there, lots of kind of more advanced trainings. And I have there's a portal here called mini courses and trainings. I'll just show you where I was again. So up at the top here, mini courses and trainings. And these are, it has a training vault there. These are some of the mini courses, 4 to 6 week courses that I've created over the years that they're not in the vault, but they're a great resource to take yourself through on a particular thing. One of the most popular ones, the one that I've actually had the most downloads on, is the 6 weeks to self-love. And if you go to one, if you click on, if you're a member of it, it's going to show, if you click access now, you can actually, that's where you access it. If you're not a member, it'll take you to the page that describes it. So 6 weeks to self-love, goes into, for instance, week 1 is self-acceptance, self-care, self-discipline, self-confidence, self-esteem, self-forgiveness, self-expression, and so on. So what people love about these courses is they take you through a progression. It's kind of there's a reason why I do them in the order that I do. It's because as a psychologist, I can kind of see which psychological issues are built upon which other psychological issues. So if I had to tell you guys what order to do things in, I would say do this 6 weeks to self-love first, because, as you guys have even seen with Stan and with other demos, if you don't accept yourself, if you don't accept what's coming up in your process, then how can you do much else? How can you bring anything into healing? So really getting into a growth mindset about this. Do I accept myself right now, even as I work to improve and grow? Do I love myself and who I'm becoming? If you can't have that basic level of a growth mindset, you can't really benefit from all the other work because you just feel stuck. So you want to be able to have a sense of identity that includes an identity of becoming, not just an identity of, oh, I have to be perfect right now, because of course that doesn't exist. And then, self-care and self-discipline as well. This process takes months and years to, it never really ends, to get yourself more and more clear, more and more success in the outer world, success in your inner life. So it's a process. Can you develop a discipline of doing the sessions on yourself, or trading with a AFT buddy every week, or working with me or a practitioner, or signing up for one of the bigger courses or certification to kind of help you stay focused? Confidence starts to get into, these are the things that are kind of the ingredients for just success in life. And our confidence gets undermined by the experiences we have in life, whether it was failing a test in high school, or being shot down when you ask someone out, or, any number of things can impact our sense of confidence. And we want to unwind that so that we can pursue the life that we really want. Your self-esteem and your self-worth, this gets into your identity. Self-forgiveness, these are things that, we all have made mistakes. We all have regrets. Excuse me, we've all done things we wish we had done the other thing. So we're getting into healing some of our past that way. And self-expression as well. Am I willing to appear, and so on. So the other thing I'll say, it's kind of been implied all along, but I'll just come out and say it, that sometimes you actually will get more out of watching and following along a pre-recorded training than you will a live training. How many of you can relate to that? I'm just curious, because a pre-recorded training, there's nobody else to see you. You're in your own space. You can be in your pajamas, and you can, as you're processing, you can pause, take as long as you need to process, and then come back. Sometimes people in the live trainings, some people are saying that they can either pause to take notes, or you can pause to take longer to smell the oils. When we do a live clearing on a group of people, there's a limit to how long we can take for one person, so I have to kind of do what's going to be the best for most of the people. So I really encourage you to do the pre-recorded sessions. let's see. So that was that one. 4 Weeks to Freedom was amazing. 4 Weeks to Freedom is really about depression. And this came out of my research into depression. And when I had, see, that one's still not working. Okay, so I'm going to fix that one for some reason. I don't know why it's not working. That should take you to a page. I'll fix it, which actually describes this training. But it comes out of the research I did where I had people who had been with Aroma Freedom for a while fill out a questionnaire, a kind of standard depression questionnaire, and had them rate who they were, who they felt like they were before AFT and who they feel like they are now. And it was stunning to see the drop in all the scores dropped. A lot of people would have been considered clinically depressed before, even if they didn't realize it. And after AFT, just all across the board, the numbers really got low. So this 4-week class really goes into the spiral of depression and how we can all get sucked into this downward spiral and how to turn that around. And that's really the main point of this class. So it's a really powerful one. So I just have to go in and fix that. The Money Blueprint class, this is Resetting Your Money Blueprint. I did this at the very beginning of this year, 2022. This was a 6-week class. I'll see if this one shows up for me. There we go. Yeah, Resetting Your Money Blueprint. And this was really based on an insight that I had that we have something called the cycle of abundance, which is really this, it's part of just the way the universe is structured, where we give and we receive. And depending on how much we receive, that determines how much we need to give in order to receive. So if you want to receive enough, let's say, money to live the life of your dreams, well, how much are you willing to give? How much value can you bring to others to get that in return? Because that's how you get money in return, is by providing value to others. And so seeing where you are in the cycle of abundance helps you know at each stage, if something's wrong, where to go. We go into some family of origin, financial issues. That's really powerful. And that's something you could watch many times and keep clearing. Just this one class itself, you can keep clearing out the issues that you may have had from a family perspective. What were your family's beliefs about money? Did you experience poverty or prosperity as a child, and so on? Your identity or self-concept in money. This is really important for you to, as you move forward in life, that your sense of self matches your sense of what you want to be manifesting, because if it doesn't, then you're going to sabotage yourself. Getting clarity on your mission, of course. The more clear you are, clarity is power. The more clear you are on your mission, the more you can really provide that value to the universe and to people and get abundance in return. The abundance mindset every day. And then also, this was one that I was excited to, when I decided to put this one in, showing up and doing the work. A lot of times we can get caught in a, without realizing it, we can get caught in a passive mindset where we are passively waiting for someone to give us something. And it comes from, when we were kids, our parents, most of us, our parents did stuff for us and provided stuff. And, many times in life, things have showed up without us working for it. So we can sometimes develop this sense of helplessness, like, I'm not prospering because the universe isn't giving me stuff. And so really doing a kind of a look in the mirror on this is, what is your work ethic? And getting clear on that. So this was a really wonderful class. And I still have some of these specials up that the website hasn't caught up. So if there's a special listed, then you guys still get it, at least till the end of the year. And then things are going to reset. So there was, for instance, Cyber Monday. I'd given a deep discount on this one. There might have been a Labor Day sale. I don't remember. Okay, so that's that. Let me see what else here. Okay, all right. This is the manifest. I already talked to you about manifest one thing in 2023. You can get the Uplift Yourself with Reset and Boost. If you don't want to join the training vault with the recurring payments, and I understand some people that don't want that commitment of the recurring payments, you can just purchase some of these just right on their own. So that one's just kind of way more than I thought. That's okay. Same with this one as well. So you can get these little mini courses and just try it. The science update, this was a fun one that I did over the summer. I came across some mind-blowing research on oxytocin and essential oils. So that's something that you could, that one's not working either. So I'm having trouble with some of these, so I'll get it fixed. And again, if you click on something and you're not seeing it, email me, or actually don't email me, go to the section of the website here where it, oops, where am I going here? Go to aromafreedom.com anyway, and you can just open up a help button. Okay, let's see. Certification. So this is a certification the way it has been. There's a course creation workshop. This is more for practitioners, and this was a continuing education for practitioners. Again, this one's only open for practitioners. So the recurring monthly classes, they include a lot of individual videos. The Vault does include this Uplift Yourself series, but the Vaults do not include these three, the 6 weeks of self-love, 4 weeks to freedom, money blueprint. Those are separate, or in this one's separate. So, but if you go to the training Vault, it'll show you everything you get. So, okay, so I wanted to show you guys that. Was that all I had? Oh, and then just kind of a reminder that there's the learning of all the techniques and everything, and then there's also learning the science, which you don't have to know the science to be able to do AFT, but if you do know the science, it helps you appreciate even more what we're doing. So we have some videos in these trainings as well that really go into some of the brain science. So, and again, just a reminder about the practitioner training. It's something that it's really a calling, and it's something that I want you guys to, if you're considering it, and if you're confused about which way you want to do it, just book a call with me. Just go on to aromafreedom.com/call. Just book a call with me, and no pressure. We'll just talk about the different training options. Like I said, I have a couple different formats for training. I have some that are more self-paced, some that are going to be with a cohort of people. There's pros and cons to both. And we can just help you decide if it's right for you. The practitioners are really the ones that we're doing the deeper stuff with, and that ongoing training that can last for years as you deepen your own process, and help others as well, and build a business if you want. So, okay, so that's all I have for right now. I'm going to stop the recording, but again, you're welcome to open up a ticket on aromafreedom.com if you have questions. And hopefully I'll see you in one of the classes.